Morning, Trainiacs. I screwed up, and I think I owe you all a bit of an apology. Okay, so if you've been watching videos over the last 10 days or so, you know that I came up with the idea of these Trainiac camps. My thought was, hey, some people have been asking about when there would be a Triathlon Taren camp while I was at the Purple Patch camp in San Francisco. And then there have been a lot of people that, seeing the Pain Cave here, have said, hey, can we come and train with you? Like, we would actually pay for that. Obviously, I start thinking, hey, let's then create some camps. People are interested in it. So I went and created these camps basically entirely on my own, designed for what I thought beginner triathletes, new triathletes, all of you would want. What happened? Crickets. Nobody came. And looking back on it now, this isn't really surprising, and I think this is why I owe you a bit of an apology, is because I didn't really survey you. I didn't talk to you about what you wanted, when you wanted it, the price that you could afford, where you would want it done. I just went about it on my own, and that's not how I want to do things. I want to make sure that everything that I come out with to serve you is good, and you like it, and you can afford it, and it's something that you actually want. But I didn't do any of that. So it's probably like over dramatizing that I owe you this big apology, but I think that there's two things that I regret. One is that I didn't involve you in the process. As I'm trying to figure out how to create a business with Triathlon Taren online, I'm blazing a bit of a trail. There isn't any sort of model that I can look at in the triathlon world and say, that's how they did it. It worked for them. I've just got to put my own little spin on it. There isn't really that sort of option out there. So I'm trying to figure things out, and I'm bumping off the walls doing it, and we're gonna get there. But the best thing that I could do to make sure that I'm not coming out with things that you aren't into is involve you in the process. And the second thing is that I came out with 3 videos explaining what was going on with the camp, sent out emails about it, people went and checked out the website. All of that takes a lot of time, and I really value the time that you spend watching these videos and consuming everything that we put out. And to have put out something in that amount of information for something that people weren't rah-rah, just raving fans about, it's a bit of a miss on my part. This is a small thing. I'm not out any money, no big deal. This is a lesson. Just like in triathlon, when we get knocked down and things aren't going well, we don't just stay down and whine about it. We learn from it, come back stronger. So a few things about how we're gonna move forward. Number one, if I'm totally reading this wrong and people are raving fans about the camp, just needed a little bit of time to make sure it was okay with their spouse and work and things like that, they will be open for another 24 hours after publishing this video. After that, we shut it down, we move on. Number two, there were a lot of comments about people saying that they loved the idea of the camps but just couldn't, for one reason or another, make it work into their lives. So what I've done to include you, because I think that the idea of a Trainiac camp is something that we should do, I've put a link in the description below with a few questions about better locations, how much time you need to prepare, price points that you can afford, and all that stuff to make sure that what we're coming out with is like, boom, bang on, people are into it. And then the third thing is that going forward, I'm gonna make sure that I include you more and like do product testing to make sure I don't go down a path that is like just a little bit off. So just a heads up that over the next couple weeks, you're gonna see a Kickstarter video, which is more about like market research to make sure that the coaching platform, which I think is just awesome, is actually something that you're into. So I'll have like product demos and information on it, and we will be coming out with more information about the mock-ups and like the prototype versions that we've come out with before I go and start announcing things and potentially miffing. Now, the final thing about all this is I think that this came about because I've been trying to do too much lately. I've been trying to travel to make sure that the videos that we put out are really interesting. I've been trying to do more free resources almost every single month. We've been doing now 2 podcasts, trying to make sure that my Instagram feed is really nice and sharp. And I think that I might have lost sight of making sure that whatever we do, it's bang on what's really helpful and valuable to you. And I kind of tried to push this through without really going through the steps that I should be taking. So in that survey below, there are a couple of questions that would be really helpful if you answered them and told me what's valuable and what isn't. And make sure that you have a say in that, because what is valuable going to stick around. What isn't valuable might be able to go away, to make sure that what we do is really good. So bear with me on all this stuff. Like I say, I don't really have a model in triathlon to emulate. When I went to the Triathlon Business International Conference, people were just amazed that there was somebody who did things on YouTube, and amazed that I would give away free resources just over email, and people that were amazed that I could also take photos and put them up on Instagram. Like, this industry is not really that advanced, in the sense that I can look at it and be like, all right, here's how we got to do this in triathlon, and not swing and a miss. So stay involved. Answer that survey below. Now, on a brighter note, this is rest week. This morning, awesome little group ride. Instead of doing the 4 sprint sections, I did 2 of them. I upped the intensity, really cranked it out. And actually, the top dog in the group, he finished one of the sprint sections with me. He looked over and he's like, that was hard. And I'm like, yes. I cut back on a little bit of the volume, but kept the intensity. I feel not too bad right now. How do you guys feel? Pete? Gracie? Lazy as ever, Grace? Rangy as ever, Pete? Sounds about right. Yeah, here's just a tidy little montage to usher us into the Triathlon Taren future. Here you go. Later, Trainiacs.